Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Latin America show. Well, it's a pleasure being here tonight with all of you while just preparing for Christmas. I know that it's a different Christmas this year, but well, you are here at the Latin America show. So tonight we are going to enjoy and we're going to celebrate Christmas in different styles. We're going to celebrate Christmas as they celebrate in Colombia, in Mexico, and in Paraguay. So, and of course, here in the UK. But well, I would like to ask you, first of all, to share this video with more people and following all our social networks. You can follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you subscribe to YouTube, please don't forget to put the bell in order that, well, you know, every time that we are uploading a new video. And of course, remember that, well, as we said in the last program, is like, remember that, well, all the time that you are sharing this video is you are promoting not only the Latin American culture. In these difficult times, we need to support each other. You are promoting and supporting all the guests that they are here, but also the entire economy. Because, well, as we have seen in the previous shows, Latin America consumes a lot of products from the UK and vice versa, and all the entire world. So, well, please share this video with your friends. It's time to be more, to have this solidarity between all of us. So thank you very much. It's not only supporting the Latin America show, it's supporting the entire country. And also, we have a lot of prizes for you tonight. We have amazing prizes from different sponsors. So thanks to all of them to supporting this program, of course, to believe in us. So it's a fantastic opportunity. So before we start the show, I would like to say hello to my friends, mis amigos, Roger Alarcón.
Well, hello, good evening. Thank you for joining us. As Enrique said, this time, just the next hour and a half is going to be to have some fun. Just turn off the news, everything. I know we have a lot of problems, but this time it's just to have some fun. And only that I want to use this spare minute just as well. It's so many people now in their homes. I used to have a game with my phone. It's called Phone Roulette. So tonight you need to phone at least two people you haven't called them. So do that on the next 5 days. So talking with people is really nice. So try to find that friend you haven't spoke with them. So let's start the show.
Thank you, my dear Roy. I think so. Last year, I was one of the winners of that roulette, and I enjoyed the conversation with you yesterday. So thank you very much. So on the other side, we have Whitney Nochereno.
Oh no, you were a pity phone call. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this episode and a COVID Christmas and what Christmas will look like in other countries, hopefully after this year. So let's get started.
Excellent, Whitney. Well, as I said before, so well, it's time to be, well, to have a lot of solidarity. And well, how you can win prizes? Well, tonight we have amazing prizes for all of you. You just have to watch the entire show. So I want to say thanks to all the sponsors that I said at the beginning. Thank you to Avianca. And of course, if you want to connect between UK and different places in Latin America, Avianca is one of the options that you can take. Another one is like, if you would like to enjoy the fantastic Cartagena in Colombia, you are going to be, tonight, we're going to have one winner for 3 nights in Ermita, Cartagena. So it's a fantastic place. You can enjoy not only the lovely place and the lovely accommodation, the food, the weather, and the environment in that amazing place, as well as we have seen in different programs, Colombia has to offer. Also, if you want to prepare a cocktail as a perfect, like a high barman, that well, as an experienced one, don't forget Cesar Velasquez. Also, we have a prize from him that, well, you're going to have a virtual session with him. And if you would like to engage, well, to start the new year with no excuses, we have a book from Isabella Catapano that, well, we're going to give tonight. Also, if you want to taste the amazing food coming from Venezuela and also having drinks as in the normal Cuban place here in London, you will have the opportunity to go to the London bar that is here in Canary Wharf. So thank you to our friends. It's a dinner for 2 people that they are offering us. And also thank you to the Dr. Glenda Cardoso, who she is giving us a voucher of £100 that you can use for dental or for a beauty treatment. So tonight also you are going to win this prize. And if you like jewelry, well, Paola Perez with Colombia and Ponte Mosca, you're going to have the opportunity to win 3 bronze pins that, well, they are made in Colombia. So, well, don't miss that opportunity. This prize is only viable for people that are in Colombia. And last program, we have Hechicera rum. So, well, if you want to taste this fantastic flavor of rum coming from Colombia, Hechicera is going to be here with us, and you're going to have the opportunity. Well, it was with us last week, but you are going to have tonight the opportunity to win a bottle of Hechicera. So thanks for all our sponsors. And remember, it's going to be very easy. You know that in the Latin America show, we enjoy giving prizes to all the complete audience. So it's going to be very easy to win. The only thing that you have to do is watch the entire program. And at the end, we're going to have a simple quiz. And don't worry, it's going to be a quiz of only 100 questions. So it's going to be quite simple. No, I'm joking. It's going to be only like 4 questions that you can put in one commentary, and it's going to be very easy. So because, well, we want that everybody wins prizes here in the Latin America show. So please invite your friends, share this program. We have a lot of people. And I would like to ask you how you're going to celebrate Christmas. Let us know here in the comment section. Please let us know first, where are you from, how you're going to celebrate it. And also, it's like if you have a particular dish, if you have a particular tradition, or how you're planning to spend this Christmas with your family. I would like, before we go to the first interview that we have, I would like to say thank you very much to all the people that, well, now we have a lot of commentaries here. I have Advijit, I have Roger Alarcon, Paola Perez, that, well, she's one of the sponsors. I have Liliana, Angelica Marcano, más volumen, por favor. Can you hear us properly? People, let us know if you can hear us properly. Also to Jenny Marcela Parra, she was with us, so thank you very much for following us. She's an amazing singer. Alessandra Catapano, I think she's in Florida, so I think she's the sister of Isabella that is going to be tonight with us. Rodrigo Alarcon, thank you. Shafiq Christian, who is saying hello to everyone. Okay, again, what is he saying? We missed you last week. Roger, yes, of course, but Roger is back here. Lily Martinez, that she is in Mexico. So thank you very much to all the people, and let us know how you're going to celebrate Christmas. Please pay attention, it's gonna be very simple. Remember, it's a quiz. Linda Adamson, Catalina, Carolina Prada, Jenny Rodriguez. Oh my God, thank you very much for all your commentaries. Trust me, I'm going to read them. I'm going to read all these commentaries. Meanwhile, we are going to go to our next interview. Our next interview, we're going to talk a little bit about Mexico City, one of the biggest cities in the world. And we're going to know a little bit about what are the different attractions that Mexico City offers. So we have been honored to have the secretary, well, not the secretary, the Minister of Tourism of Mexico City in an interview. We have to do it before, but we have here pre-recorded for all of you. So Roger, over you, you can help us. Hello, everyone. So, well, we have the honor to have with us the Minister of Tourism of Mexico City, Carlos Mackinlay. And well, we're going to have this conversation with him in order that you can know a little bit more about my city, Mexico City. So, Carlos, good evening. How are you?
Hola, Enrique. Good evening. How are you? Greetings from Mexico City to you, your colleagues, and all of the audience that see us in the United Kingdom, Europe, and the rest of the world. It's really an honor for me to be able to be with you in all your tonight's broadcasting through the Latin America show, and even more so for having the opportunity to tell you a little about this wonderful city that is Mexico City.
Well, thank you very much. The honor is, well, of course, we're very happy that you're here with us. And I would like to ask you, like, what are the main attractions that Mexico City offers to the tourist in this season? And of course, let's talk in a regular basis, not this year in particular.
Oh, Enrique, yes. As you know, the holiday season is a magical time for everyone in Mexico and in all around the world. And Mexico City is undoubtedly the ideal place to enjoy it. The festive spirit is showcased in almost every single corner of our capital city. Christmas traditionally begins with the lighting of huge Christmas trees outside of most of the important department stores in the city. From this moment onwards, families begin to prepare for the holidays. Usually, we have 15 days of holidays in our country. No house can be without a poinsettia flower. Do you know it? It is a flower named the Flor de Nochebuena. It is native to Mexico. Many streets, parks, and stores' windows displays exhibit it from the delight of locals and visitors. It is a very, very nice flower. Our Ministry of Agriculture Development report that the flower production of poinsettia for this holiday season will be close to 20 million plants in different presentations. Our main avenue, Paseo de la Reforma, the Mexico City's most emblematic avenue, is covered by these flowers, while traditional nativity scenes have been located along it. In the night, the avenue lights up, creating the warm atmosphere that characterizes Mexicans. Meanwhile, our Centro Histórico, our downtown city, has been fully decorated with beautiful Christmas lights covering the facades of palaces and historic buildings. Around 12,000 colored LED spotlights, together with around 20,000 meters of differently colored frost and cables, were used in our decoration. Christmas markets and bazaars are held all over Mexico City. Some are very traditional, such as the one organized in the Coyoacan. That's a strange name for you, Coyoacan, the Coyoacan neighborhood, and there are many more located through most of the city. One of the greatest shows staged by Amalia Hernandez Folklorical Ballet, the internationally renowned company, is called Christmas in Mexico, a performance that seeks to preserve the customs and traditions that are part of our country, culture, and history. This show is performed year after year on the explanade of the lavish Chapultepec castle during December, as it is the perfect setting to create a typical Mexican atmosphere. The show presents multiple festivities of the time, such as the posadas, a deeply rooted tradition in Mexico, and the pastorela, where the fight of good against evil is staged. And all this is accompanied by traditional Christmas carols, which will fill the audience with joy and rejoicing.
Yeah, well, I think so. You have told us a little bit about the different events and everything that, well, people they can find in Mexico City. So this is an important place to visit during this season. If this is an important place to visit during this season, people they can expect any other particular events that they are peculiar for this season.
We receive a lot of people in Mexico City during this period. Mexico City has much to offer during the holiday season
Right.
from December to the end of the first week of January. There will be ongoing activities for all ages throughout the city, ranging from artistic presentations to illuminated villas and acrobatic shows. If we were in a normal year, we would be able to enjoy the classic, unmissable activities that we enjoy every year. Those are some examples. Christmas with the National Symphony Orchestra, the largest nativity of Mexico City, the Nutcracker Ballet, skating ring. These activities are very interesting, all of them. The National Symphony Orchestra will offer 2 days of Christmas concerts at the Palacio de Bellas Artes, our fine arts palace, performing a varied program that ranges from the classical music of Johann Sebastian Bach to one of the Christmas classics. The largest nativity of Mexico City for 3 decades, the home of the Ontiveros family has served as the home of this largest recreation in the city. You should visit it. The Nutcracker Ballet, you cannot miss it. It is with music played by the orchestra of the Theater of Bellas Artes, our fine arts theater. This staging reminds us all of Christmas performed by the National Dance Company. And our skating ring in maybe 2 or 3 years ago, the former traditional ice skating ring changed to an ecological skating ring designed with a new acrylic material to save both cost and water, as well as be environmentally friendly. It is called Ecologissima and or super ecological. Those are our main activities. We can complete it with Christmas in the park, the exhibition of Mexican piñatas, Christmas at the park of Six Flags, or Magical Christmas Eve night in Xochimilco. Xochimilco is a very traditional place in the south of the country. There are around 84 kilometers of water channels, and you can enjoy through it, and you can see this magical Christmas show.
And let's skip, Carlos, let's skip 2020 because it has been a very difficult year, I think, so for all of us and also for the tourism industry all around the world. But well, in a normal basis, and maybe we can talk a little bit more about 2019. Can you tell us a little bit about what happened during 2019, how Mexico City normally behaves when the tourism is open and all the borders and people, they can travel and enjoy the different countries?
2019 was a good year of tourism in Mexico City and in the whole country. We received that year 14 million people, and they lodge in our hotels, and around 1 million of them they stay they arrive by the different platforms as Airbnb, for example. Tourism tourism is around represents around 8.5 our gross product in Mexico City. It's a lot. It's one of the most important activities. We employed 350,000 direct jobs, and more than 7,000 people is employed indirectly by tourists. So we have around 1,003,000 people working in this activity, and we receive a lot of money about for this activity, around $6 billion a year. When we talk about the 14 million people, you must know, Enrique, that 4 million of them come from other countries, most of them from the United States and Canada, and after that from different Latin American countries, and finally from Europe. We receive a lot of people from United Kingdom each year, more than 100,000, and we like very much your tourism because it's a very cultural one. They love to see our museums, they love our gastronomy, they love to know our history, our pre-Hispanic history. They love, for example, the house of Frida Kahlo. They want to see the paintings of Diego Rivera, and they are always asking us for different things to do. They are people who likes a lot our gastronomy, and we are always pleased to receive people from your country. I can tell you that this year is a very special one. You know, the cities are the big cities of the world were more impacted than the beaches, for example, and we can say in general terms that Mexico City loses its around 65% of its tourism activity. But we are sure that will be again in the top of the mind of all the international tourism about the 3rd or 4th months of the next year. And we'll be very, very happy to receive more people of your country because, as we always say here, Mexico es tu casa. Mexico City is your home, and we want you at your home here in Mexico City. Muchas gracias, Enrique.
So thank you very much, Carlos. It has been a pleasure. Have a Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Sucede que la CDMX está abarrotada de historias, de sueños, de emociones y de hechos. La Ciudad de México también es la sede de muchas manifestaciones artísticas. Es la sede de los gritos, de las prisas, en donde todos andan a las carreras y avanzan a vuelta de rueda. Sucede que en la CDMX siempre se mueve el piso, con miles de personas bailando al unísono en un festival. También es una ciudad en ruinas históricas y llenas de tradición. Nos encanta estar aquí, donde los espacios se recuperan y los parques vuelven a florecer. Esta es la capital de los derechos y la innovación. La sede de tu emoción. Visita la CDMX, capital cultural de América.
Well, that's Mexico City. So, well, it's like, it's very interesting to go to Mexico City. If you have the opportunity, don't miss it. Also, put it in the list of things that you have to do next year. Hopefully, all this COVID situation and everything, well, but if you cannot travel, don't worry, because the Latin America show is bringing you every city, every country in Latin America in order that you can know more about them. And also, if you want to know and just to show off with your friends how to prepare an amazing drink, as I told you before, you will have the opportunity with Cesar Velasquez to have a session with him in order to prepare cocktails. So last week, we have Lechicera, and now we're going to give one of the prizes that is from Cesar Velasquez, and he prepared a special drink for the Latin America show with rum Lechicera, and I think so we have the video, Roger. So take note. Here are the ingredients.
I lost my cool. You move it tough, baby, breaking all the rules. Until you see, look at me like that. You got me in trouble. I'm gonna make you mine. Hold back, do your thing. Feel that music shake you, get me on the hit.
Well, that is rum lechicera. So, well, it's like, remember, tonight you're gonna have the opportunity to win one of these bottles of lechicera, but also, as we said at the beginning, if you just pay attention to the rest of the program, we're gonna have a quiz at the end of the show that is gonna be very simple. So they are gonna be just 4 questions that they are gonna be very easy. And remember, if you are worldwide, you can win 3 nights in Ermita, Cartagena. It doesn't matter where you're based, you can get this prize. Also, a virtual session with Cesar Velasquez that we just watched how he prepares amazing cocktails. And also, it doesn't matter where you're based because, well, you don't have, well, it's more like no excuses if you would like to be more successful next year because Isabella Catapano, she is going to give us also a book for you, and it could be in English or in Italian or in Spanish. So it's worldwide. So don't worry where you based, you can win that prizes. If you are here in the UK, you will have the opportunity to go to Bar Bolivar, where you can try this amazing food that is from Venezuela and also some drinks that they are from Cuba, and they prepare amazing cocktails also. If you are also based in the UK, you can win a voucher of £100 voucher from courtesy from Glenda Cardoso. It's for the dental or a beauty treatment. And if you are here in the UK also with Paola Perez and Ponte Mosca, you will have the opportunity to win 3 bronze pins that, well, is like really a nice jewelry from Colombia. And if you're based here in the UK or in Colombia, you will have the opportunity to win a bottle of rum La Hechicera. So remember, just pay attention about the show. And at the end, we will let you know what are the questions, and you can put in the commentary section all the questions. So thank you very much for people that I have seen that they are in the US, people in Venezuela, people in different countries. I have seen, thank you for all your commentaries, Gary Dancy, Yvonne Velasquez, Nancy Castillo, that she is in Florida. Oh my God, Lily Martinez, a lot of people around the world. Let us know how you're going to celebrate Christmas, because tonight we're going to know a little bit more about how we're going to celebrate Christmas in different countries like Mexico, Colombia, and Paraguay. And first, I would like to say hello to our, well, they are going to be together, the 3 guests that we have. The first one, I just want to introduce her. She is Magaly Flores, and she is a Colibris artist director, and she was born in Guerrero, Mexico. She's a qualified art teacher in Mexico and specializing in dance education. After finishing her degree, she joined to the Dance Research Center, which investigate and help resurrect and protect the culture of many regional folk dances from across Mexico. And well, she's currently living here in the UK, in Manchester, and is a full-time in a primary education sector, and she's promoting the Latin American culture, well, the Mexican culture in Spanish and of course in English. And well, of course, with all this experience that she had as a trained dancer, she's performing, and also she's providing classes in primary schools. And also Magaly, she is a very well-known member of the Mexican community here in the UK, because she is always promoting different traditions, as for example, the Day of the Dead, that we have spoken about it here in this show, and many others. So good evening, Magaly.
Hi everyone. Thank you to the Latin American show, Enrique and Roger, for inviting me to talk about our Mexican Christmas traditions. It's my pleasure, it's my honor, and to be here with all you. Good evening in England. I am in Mexico. I am very lucky at this moment. I am in my own native country. I am so happy to be here. In a minute, we're going to talk a little bit about how we celebrate the Mexicans this time of the year. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Magaly. And I think so, Whitney, you have our next guest.
Yes, our next guest, Nicolas Pernett, is a historian from the Universidad Nacional de Colombia. He has won the award Premio Simón Bolívar for journalism, and also has a master's in literature, being an expert amongst many famous Latin American authors, one of which, of course, is Gabriel Garcia Marquez. And I hope one time we can talk about literature and magical realism, but tonight we are lucky, very fortunate to have him here to talk about Christmas traditions.
Yeah, well, hello. Hi, I'm Nicolas. Good evening. It's great to be here and to share with people from Latin America. We can exchange experiences and stories and different things that we live in Christmas time. I know this one in particular is a very different Christmas, but I'm sure the traditions we will speak about today won't end this year. They will continue, and so it's a great time just to talk about them and to meet people from Latin America, Mexico, Paraguay. It's really great to be here. Thank you guys for inviting me.
Thank you, Nicolas. And also, well, we have, as Nicolas said, we have someone from Paraguay that she is a very well-known friend of the Latin America show. So I think so you're going to introduce our next guest, Roya.
Yeah, of course. She's been with us, and she's one of her kind, to be honest, because it's an amazing singer. Romy Martinez, she is a multilingual singer, vocal coach, and ethnomusicologist. I said it well, yes. Her musical career is an academic background, as said, between Paraguay, Brazil, and Argentina. She's proficient in Spanish, Portuguese, English, and Guarani. So she's a founder of the Pure Hey Trio that gathers musicians from those countries. And also, well, since 2018, she's a doctoral researcher from the music department of Royal Holloway University of London. So welcome to Romy Martinez.
Hi, Roger. Hi, Enrique. Hi. Thank you for having me today again. Whitney as well. And yeah, and I'm so happy to be joining you again to share about the traditions in my country and then some music as well, which is my area. So thank you for having me here again.
Well, thank you very much, Romy, and thank you everyone, because, well, it's like, I know that, well, it's a difficult season, and a difficult season because all of us normally we have different activities. This is a weird time, as Nicolas said, but of course our traditions, we are going to keep them. And I would like to start this conversation with a very high level question, like just asking you, like, well, for example, when the Christmas season starts in different countries. I don't know, Romy, we can start with you. When the traditions started for Christmas in Paraguay?
Well, I would say that like by the end of November, beginning of December, already people get really excited about, you know, putting the lights. This is something that we do as well, like the houses. People join their families to make the Christmas tree. And then I think that's something that I can mention, which is quite particular, is the fact that we have this habit of doing a manger, and the of course, like Joseph, Mary, Jesus, they are all made in clay, which is clay. The clay is a material that is very common to be found in Paraguay, and so the characters are made of this clay, and then it's a very special thing to do as a family, and so that is done by the beginning of December already.
And also, and from you, Nicolas, when is the season that starts in Colombia normally? Is there a particular event or something that starts the season?
Well, usually in Colombia, people are very eager to start Christmas as soon as possible. And yeah. But the usual thing is to start basically in November, sometimes after Halloween. So I've seen decorations even from the 1st of November. So it's almost a month before the official starting point. But at the end of November, they decorate the houses, the streets, and usually the 1st of December, they have like a big celebration with fireworks to start the season. And so officially, that goes from the 1st of December to the 6th of January. But I mean, the carnival season starts in February, so why should we stop in January? So basically what we do is to connect both seasons, and after the end of Christmas in January, then we work and study for a couple of weeks, and then February is the season of carnival. So I would say it's a big celebration from November to February.
So it's like, as a good Latinos, you are extending the period of parties and celebrations. Yes, and you are linking with the other ones, no?
Exactly, yeah.
And Magaly, what do you think about Mexico?
Well, Mexico is very similar. We are a culture very connect for these celebrations with the Catholicism. So there are Christians celebrations more. They're going attached with the festivities for Christmas, and it starts on the 11th of December. Even in some towns in Mexico, because it depends which areas even though we all celebrating the same thing, it could be a little bit different from regions to regions. For example, in my mom's town, they started from the 1st of December, and some of the places start from the 3rd of December, and then going through the main day, which is the 12th of December, that in Mexico is a big day for us, as is the date of the Virgin of Guadalupe, that we call the Mother of Mexico and Latin American. This date is a religious feast and held on the 12th of December, that's the main day. And the Mexican pilgrims from all over the country travel to the Basilica de Guadalupe, which is a church located in the heart of Mexico City, to visit the Virgin Guadalupe. So that is a big tradition. All these festivities start from then, and then they're going to carry on later. And obviously that's a part of their faith. We honor her with music and dance. They will be coming the posadas. Then we will talk a little bit about that. It's another celebration. There are 9 days from the 16th of December to the 24th of December. Then we carry on with the celebrations to New Year's and the 6th of January or 5th of January. And then we carry on the celebration until 2nd of February with El Día de la Candelaria. So it's a full month, really, 2 months for Mexicans in celebrating the Christmas seasons. I think I absolutely love it. At the moment I am here, I am looking on the streets, and this is just so colors, because I think Mexico is synonymous with color. And the streets you see all at the moment everywhere in Mexico, even though we're going through our difficult times, still everybody trying to live this time of the year, which is very special for us.
So also, as you said, with the Dia de la Candelaria, that day is in February. It's something similar like Colombians, no? We like to link the different festivities, and of course, how we are going to enjoy. Even the budget, it sometimes is not enough to have like 3 months of parties. Yeah. But well, it's like, yeah, that's good. Whitney.
Yes, I have a question for you guys. What about, are there any particular events that are related to Christmas in your country? And what are they? What are the most famous that you can talk about? And let's start with you, Nicolas, first.
Well, so as I told you, the 1st of December, like the Christmas season is officially open. But the first big celebration is like December 8th, and because that's the day of the Immaculate Conception of the Virgin Mary, and the day before we celebrate a day we call Day of Candles. And I particularly love that date. For me as a kid, and even today is my favorite day of the Christmas season. Is that it's a night where they all light candles and they put them on the front of their houses. So basically, it's like a neighborhood celebration, and kids play out in the street. Even that day, kids are allowed just to go through the night to the other day. Maybe that's why I loved it when I was a kid, because that was the perfect opportunity just to stay up late and sometimes even wait for the dawn. So yeah, that day, that night, especially December the 7th, is very special, because that's the like the first major festivity of Christmas. And well, they have fireworks on that night, but now it's being controlled, because before that used to be like every house used to have like its own fireworks for that night. But now, I mean, in the last years, government has tried to stop that, because so many people have injured and have accidents. But yeah, I mean, that's a really special night. I mean, candles and fire is a very special part of Christmas, especially in the northern hemisphere, since it's a very dark season, winter and all that. Candles, fire, and everything to do with lights is a big celebration, and many cultures and many countries have them. But in Colombia, it's December the 7th, Night of the Candles.
Perfect. And then Magaly, would you like to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I would like to talk about posadas, which we are very proud, and we all absolutely love to celebrate every single Mexican wherever we live. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about posadas. Las posadas that is called the inns, and it's a religious festival. They commemorate the journey that Mary and Joseph made from Nazareth to Bethlehem in search of a safe place where Mary could give birth to baby Jesus. Las posadas, they are processions reacting Mary and Joseph, and it is a very important celebration for the Mexicans. There are 9 days, so we're celebrating the first. Normally, they do is the beginning from the church, which the children walk, or the children and adults, they walk from the church to the first house, and they will go from house to house, holding candles and singing in each day. I was talking a little bit about posadas a few weeks ago, and people, they were confusing. They were saying, how do you celebrate it? All these, do you do everything in, you break in piñatas, everything one day, and you do singing in another day? No, it's every day. Each day they do exactly the same things. Sometimes they will be like, for example, individuals who play the part of Mary and Joseph, and we, especially children, they dress up as a Mary and Joseph, and then they take the little images, they carry images of Mary and Joseph, which those, they will stay the night or the day in the house, on the host house. Then we do is, I will say it is a kind of ritual, because they do follow a pattern. So we do the procession when the children, they dress up, everyone hold a candle. In small villages, they do normally organize it by the church. But in the big cities, I used to remember when I was a student and I used to live in Morelia, they do like by neighborhood, or by sometimes at work. It depends. Everybody organizes in different ways, and depends of where do you live. But the traditional, how they used to start from the church, they go from one house to another house, and they will be like, they do, it's a special song that we do sing. One they will call the ins and the outs. The ins, they are the people who will go and ask, or Mary and Joseph, they would ask to host, to stay the night, to stay with in a safe place. And the outs is Mary and Joseph, the ins, they are the hosts. And it's a kind of a song which people, they will ask to let Mary and Joseph and stay in the house. And it's going something like, the people is asking like, if they're going to stay. At the first, the host, they will say no, they refuse to open the doors. But when they know that it's Mary and Joseph, who they asking, can you let me in to stay, because I would like my wife have a rest. They do open the doors, and then it's another, they going inside with another song, with all those things. And after that, they do a rosary, we pray on front of the table, because it's like a manger where every house they will have in their house next to the Christmas tree. And we do the prayers, and after the prayers, the host, after the religious service, the host will be offered a food. And again, the food can be, depends of the area where you live, and we are a country where the gastronomy is absolutely rich in different, depends which of the part of Mexico you are. But they will offer the typical food with a typical tradition drink that we might later talking about a little bit of the drinks we call ponche, that is very typical tradition. And after that, we do the piñatas. That is the main, all the children, they are waiting for the piñatas. And
well, not only the children, actually, it's like,
well,
I normally, yes, and I think so. That could be an interesting point. But well, before we take that part of the piñata, Magaly, I don't know, Nicolas, you want to ask something?
I just want to add that in Colombia, we have something very similar to Las Posadas in Mexico. It's called novenas here in Colombia, but it's the same principle. It's 9 nights before the birth of Jesus. So it goes from the 16th to the 24th. And we don't have that element of going from house to house. It's just like an indoor celebration. We pray a prayer greeting for a nun from Bogota, actually. So it's a very traditional thing from Colombia and Ecuador as well, because that tradition also comes from Ecuador and Quito, and in parts of Venezuela as well. And it's basically praying for a while, like 30 minutes, and after that singing some villancicos, and basically after that just eating and drinking until midnight.
And what about you, Romy? So it's like a...
So I'm gonna try and summary as well, and I'm going to relate to Colombia to start and tell about the Christmas traditions. So we also have a religious festivity as well on the 8th of December with the Virgen of Cacupe. So basically people walk long distances, paying promise to the Virgin, and then so it's a peregrination. Whitney, would you correct me if that
yeah, we call it a pilgrimage.
Yeah, pilgrimage. So that would be the word. And so it's quite special, because you have to imagine that in Paraguay we have a very, very warm summer. So it's really like, it's a lot of sacrifice for people to walk like long distances, like from Asunción to Cacupe, because Cacupe is countryside actually. And I'm not sure about the distance between Asunción and Cacupe exactly, but it's not less than maybe 50 kilometers, I would say. So people walk from all over the country paying promises to the Virgen of Cacupe, and there is a very important church in Cacupe. And then, of course, like on the 24th to the 25th, we have the dinner with family. So the important date is from the on midnight, where people hug their families and celebrate Christmas. But I would say that if we think in terms of the exchanging of presents, and especially for children, the most important tradition would be the one that is related to the three wise men, which happens on the 6th of January. So what happens is that children write their letters to the three wise men before the 6th of January, and we are.
And stop there, because if not, you're going to kill me. You're going to kill me the show for the 5th of January.
Actually, but I actually have a question for Romy as far as like a specific question. Since you can't talk about that tradition, apparently, how about La Misa de Gallo? Do you still celebrate that? Is that something that still goes on? Because I've read about that in Paraguay.
Misa de Gallo. I'm going to be very honest. I don't know about this tradition, actually.
Oh, okay.
You have to go to the church, Romy. You have to go to the church
about this tradition, but it's just a very important one, and also because I have a story with that. But anyway, it's a personal story that I have with the tradition. Then if I can share. Because I used to wear my feet were flat, you know, like when your feet are flat. So I used to wear orthopedic boots for quite long years. So and by the time I was like 8, I was using them for like 4 years already, and I was like, I'm so done with these boots. And so when I wrote my letter, because you are supposed to put it in one of your shoes and leave in a window. And so I wrote my letter, and then I said, well, three wise men, I really behaved myself this year, and I want this. I can't remember what the present that I requested was. And then I said, and then, like, if you want, maybe you can take. And so I put both of my shoes, both of my orthopedic boots, and I said, if you want to take my boots, you can take them as well. They can be useful to another kid, to another girl.
Get rid of them. Yes,
Yeah.
just take them. Take them, please, if you are going to take something.
Yeah,
and
my mom kept these letters somewhere. It's just so funny.
That's an amazing story, Romy. But now it's time, because the people want to know, and it's my turn. Okay, Enrique. Okay, with me. So the food. That's the most important thing. The food. Just yes, the traditions. But what about the Latin American food? Tell us a little bit. Let's start with Nicolas. How is the food in Colombia? What's the traditional food?
Yeah, that's a very big part of Christmas, as I told you. Well, during the novenas, those 9 nights prior to Christmas, before Christmas, what they usually serve in the houses is natilla y buñuelos. It's kind of a custard kind of pie and like a fried dough with cheese. I really don't know how to translate that, but I mean, that thing of eating buñuelos, eating fried dough during Christmas is something that came to Latin America with the Spaniards from the colonial times, and they took it from the Arabs, from the Muslims. So basically, it comes from a very long way, and yeah, I mean, they are small, but they are really addictive. So you cannot just eat one. You have to eat many, many, many of them, like every night. Natilla is, well, it's more like a custard pie with milk and eggs, and I don't really like it, so I'm not an expert in that. And well, basically different drinks, and Colombia has different regional traditions because there is a mountainous part of Colombia, the coffee region, and Bogota, and there's also a Caribbean region. The Caribbean region is more connected to Venezuela, for instance, and they have the hallacas, the tamales, which are these baked dough filled, stuffed with pork and beef and different vegetables, and covered in plantain leaves. And that's something I really like in Christmas, eating that hallaca or that tamal. They have different names, and different regions, they fight for the best tamal in Colombia, because some people put pork in it, some people put beans in it, and they have these friendly competitions about where is the best tamal. So when you come to Colombia, remember to ask where is the best tamal to eat, and you will have a big discussions on your hand. But anyway, it's good to research that. And on the 24th, well, that's like the big Christmas dinner, but there's not a special plate for that night. I mean, every house has a different option. Some people serve ajiaco, like a Bogota soup. Some people serve turkey, but I think it's more like the delicatessen, like the small foods they have during the month that is very traditional. For New Year's Eve and Christmas Day, you can have whatever you want.
Wow, imagine buñuelos, tamales. Oh, delicious. And Romy, what's in Paraguay?
So I think that, yeah, people eat a lot of turkey as well. And usually it doesn't have to be warm, because it's so warm in Paraguay. It's always important to mention how warm it is, and how so you adapt that to that as well, like in terms of food. And then also peseto, which is, I looked for the translation, would be like round roll. So it's basically a very thin meat, and then you put vegetables, and then you roll them. And yeah, so it's called peseto. We eat that, and it's really
And what the peseto has inside? Vegetables?
Vegetables, yes. So it's the meat, and then you sort of roll. Yeah.
Do you know how to prepare it?
My mom knows.
Okay. We need the receipt of the mom, please. we are in lockdown. Okay.
No. It's just because the tradition is that my mom cooks the peseto. As in I do the chipawasu, which is chipawasu is not specifically for Christmas, but we always eat. And chipawasu is a salty cake, which is made with thick corn, lots of cheese, onion, and eggs. It's delicious. Oh my God, so good. And if you happen to be on the countryside, it is prepared like underneath the actual cake. They put banana leaves, and then you put it on like in an oven, which is ¿cómo se dice eso? Horno tataquá. It's in Guarani, it's tataquá, which means tata is fire and qua is whole. So you have it's a special kind of.
Is it like wood fire or no?
Yeah, with fire.
Okay. Yeah.
You put it in there. So good. Amazing. And then in terms of drinks as well, we have clérico. Anyone who knows the clérico, so it's different fruits, melon, grape, apple, banana, orange juice. And then you mix it with wine, and it's a little bit similar to sangria, but in this case you eat it like like a fruit salad, more sort of. And then we drink a lot of apple cider, but only during Christmas. It's different. Like here in the UK, I was quite amazed when I saw that people drink cider or all over the year, whereas in Paraguay it's specifically for Christmas time.
Well, imagine here cider every single weekend, but it sounds good. And also, as you say, Paraguay is got like a warmish Christmas, and
Yeah.
I like the idea of the fruity things. And then Magaly in Mexico, what's the food?
Well, it's just incredible in Mexico. I want to say I'm going to start with the ponche navideño, which is a traditional Mexican fruit punch, and that we drink in this one all the 9 days of Posada, and Christmas Day, they carry on until New Year. And well, it's a just with the water, fresh and dry fruit. We do have a very particular kind of fruit, very Mexican, like tejocotes. That is, they go into in the punch and have a nice flavor, which make very unique. With cañas, they go in pears, apples, and then they go in another prunes, hibiscus, tamarind. That is going into the in the water, and you can put alcohol on it. For children, they are just playing with no alcohol, and with traditionally we will say, or the people they do ask you like, ¿quieres con piquete? That's piquete is with alcohol on it, or without piquete. Sin piquete or con piquete. That's what normally people they ask you when you go to these posadas. And then we have traditional tamales, like we were saying, that's a Mexican dish made with corn, based in dough, with mixtures. They can feel what like what they're talking about in Colombia, with different kind of meats, and wrapped in corn hulks or banana leaves. And then the traditional buñuelos that just Roger has just mentioned, and I have one last night. They can be dipped in sauce, or they can be eaten dry. Sometimes they put a little bit of sugar on top, or cinnamon on top. And then we do have, for example, we do like in these times as well, pozole, the traditional pozole. But for Christmas, people depends, I think, again, depends which your economy, and depends which part of the country you live. For example, in Mexico City, it's very traditional, like people, they do have romeritos, bacalao, turkey, it depends. But traditionally is all, and again, it's a traditional salad, they call it navideña, Christmas salad, which going with, and depends again. Some people, they have a seed meal, but if it's you come from a very big family, for example, I have memories in my grandmom's house. My dad have 9 brothers and sisters, and each couple, they have like 5 or 4 children. So we were a big family, and we do normally have like a cold buffet, and then people just serve into their own families. But the main tradition is like starting the Christmas on the Christmas Eve, on the 24th, like with the last posada, breaking piñatas, and then have a meal, go to the church, and singing villancicos, and ending with the midnight, like Misa de Gallo. We used to go everyone, like Roger, who was quickly was asking about Misa de Gallo, which is the midnight mass, no? And still in my small, my mama's house, still they do have it, la Misa de Gallo, the Christmas Day.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
just Magaly, and just like to, I don't know, because, well, I interrupt you before, because when we're talking about something that is very typical, and I think so worldwide known nowadays, the traditional piñata that is coming from Mexico, and it's not the donkey one that people, they may know. It's like, I don't know, I think so you put an image, Roger. I don't know if you can find that image to share with the audience. So, well, like, can you tell us a little bit about that tradition and what's the real meaning of the piñata?
It is very deep. People, we do like it, like for, like you say, like birthdays, parties, but the piñata, it is symbolize charity. With not many people we know that the piñata is a symbolism like very deep, like a piñata, with when you break it, you will have all the blessings. But for Christmas, it is a traditional, it's a start of seven points. It's like each one, mean the seven sins, which we know. Now that you can find stars with 5, but the traditional, it have like seven points, no? That mean that traditional. And then at the beginning of the 16th century, the Spanish missionaries, they used the piñatas to attract, to convert the ceremonies, to convince the indigenous people how they will believe, they will stop believing their own gods to start to believe in the religion, the God, like the Catholicism they brought it to our country. And these ones, like they used to be like indigenous people already have similar traditions in Mexico before the Spanish they arrived to us to celebrate the birth of the Aztec god of war, that it was Huitzilopochtli. Exactly that. So you have there all of them, the different means in each point of the piñata, and then they have another symbolisms, like people, they used to blindfold, or the participants, they have the blindfold, and to represent leading force and define evil, which it was faith, no? To go, you believe in the faith. And the piñata is like to break that bad thing, which was the evil, but after that you will have all the rewarding, all the blessings from that. And it is a mix of the two cultures, or the Catholics beliefs and the Aztec beliefs, because in old days as well, the piñata was it used to be of clay, but now we know it's a papel mache paper. We do it. But they used to, the Aztec, they used to fill the piñata with seeds. And when the piñata was breaking, all the seeds and fruit, they coming down is like what the Mother Earth, it was giving us, no, to us to live. And that's why they used to say that it was a blessing. And now we put all goodies like sweets, toys, and everything, and we absolutely love it. And the children, they absolutely love to break piñatas. You know? And it's in old days as well, it's something it's very interesting, I think, is like, I don't know if you remember, Enrique and Roger, we used to go and break piñatas, and before you go in, before it was your turn, they used to they used to give you some around and
To turn you, around.
turning around. Well, in old days, it used to be 33 times, which I didn't know that. 33 times to each, because they did believe that, we know that Jesus was 33 when he died. And that is that now, and if you did have really good faith in something, they used to do it 33 times, trying to, you lose the way, but when you finally find the way to break the piñata, it always was a reward after all the hard times you have in life. And that is like wonderful about the piñata. After you've been going through very difficult times, you will break the piñata and you will ending with have all the blessings. No, you will hit and you're fighting with all these 7 capital things and ending to have something beautiful, which now we do it like parties and everything, but at the beginning it's like we going back, and it was like misa de aguinaldo in those days. That's what the ending is, well, with give you a little party or party sweet party, with goodies. We call in Mexico aguinaldos, and it's at the beginning of this tradition. They used to celebrate masses, and how they ask him permission to have masses and to start to do the posadas and to start to break piñatas, and it's just become to be changing on all these times until is what and it was going to be ending to changing all these times as well, because now in the cities, or like for example in our cases we live different away from our countries, we don't do celebrate 9 posadas, we do celebrate 1 posada to carry on with the tradition, but and we don't do that religious part. We don't do prayer now anymore. We jump we do just the singing, and we do the letanía, because it's called letanía, that type of villancico, and we just go through that, and then we just straight away to eat and to break the piñatas, and we ending with the aguinaldo to give it to everyone. And
but basically the aguinaldo is more like a kind of present that, well, is somebody given, and well, it's just like for the record, it's like, well, this is the beginning of the piñata that nowadays maybe you in the audience you have seen in a lot of different parties for children, etc. But the original piñata that is coming from Mexico in that way, is that the meaning that has the piñata, and it's more regarding to all this part of religious status and everything. But well, of course, with the time they move on. And I just, and thank you, Magaly, for elaborating more about this, because I think it was very interesting, and it's very interesting that the audience, they know. And just to close a little bit, that we were talking about this kind of present, and I would like to go with Romy and Nicolas, just asking you about what kind of, if there's any particular kind of presence that they are, as for example, Magaly, she was saying these aguinaldos or something, or particular kind of presence that you have for these seasons. And if you want, we can start with you, Romy, in Paraguay.
Particular presence.
Sorry?
Particular presence.
Yeah. If there is something that is traditional, or something that normally, I don't know, that people normally they give each other.
I don't think so. I think
no, or gifts, no, nothing like.
I think people just give each other whatever they want, and then just people give each other hints of maybe what they would want.
Yeah, because, well, I don't know, because actually it's like, it could be like in Mexico, it's, well, sometimes in the parties you receive scarves, yeah, because it's cold. I don't know, there is like socks and scarves, I think so that is very popular.
No, you don't. I think people just try and be like very thoughtful in terms of, I think that choosing the presents are also a way of like proving that yourselves that you know each other.
Okay.
So it's really important, like it's an important moment, like to see how the person reacts to your present, you know. And then yeah, I think it's more in that way. People try to guess what the other person would like, and there is always someone in the family who is famous to really know what the present you know, to please the other person would be. And just to make a side comment on, because I have read that because of Corona, now the weather is really helping, because it means that people will still be able to have dinner and exchange of presents like outdoors. So people are really organizing that to be outdoors. So it's good that the weather is going to be helping with that as well in Paraguay now.
Well, that's nice. And well, I think so that maybe sometimes you have to make like a different face when you receive a present and you open it and you say, oh, thank you. It's exactly what I wanted. No?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. That is worldwide. I think so.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that's definitely worldwide.
Yeah. And what about you, Nicolas? Is there something particular that in Colombia they used to give?
Well, they like giving food and biscuits and wine and drinks. And sometimes they play games during Christmas season that we call the aguinaldos. For instance, in every house or maybe in an office, they can play games during the whole season. For instance, there is a game I like called Yes and No. And it's very simple. Somebody is chosen, and that person cannot say, for instance, the word no during the whole month. So the other people try just to make him say no every time. So they ask him something like, "Are you sad?" And then they have to say something different, something like, "I don't think so," or negative. But you cannot say no. And some people are chosen to be forbidden to say yes, for instance, and they play the whole month like that. And every time somebody loses, then they have to give a present. Like I said, like these anchetas, which are like these baskets filled with different types of candy and food and liquor and things like that. So yeah, I mean, we have all that list children make, but and on the 24th and 25th, well, that's kind of a confusion here, because in Colombia, what I learned is that baby Jesus brought the presents. But now with the influence of the North American culture is Santa Claus. And from the South and the Spanish tradition is the three wise men. So at the end, I never knew who brought the presents.
Yeah, that's correct. And
that topic you touch is not only with Latin Americans, it's here in England with Latin Americans. And when they shared or when they married with the different cultures, believe me, it's a bit of a challenge. For example, my family, my brother and my sister-in-law, sometimes it's just kind of like a different directions, but yeah, we solve it, don't worry.
yeah, well, that's interesting. And well, it's like, and actually, I would like to ask something to our friends, the UK, our British friends, because, well, I don't know why, but I have a couple of conversations with friends during these days. And before lockdown, they said that, well, we passed to tier 4, at least here in London and in some other cities in the UK. So, well, they were told me, now, I don't know what I'm going to do with all this cheese that I bought. So I would like to ask the people, not you, to people in the UK, people from Britain, that, well, if they can put in the commentary section, why is the cheese thing that you have? Why cheese is so important during this season that, well, actually, if they invite you to a house, you arrive with a piece of cheese. So, well, if you can put it in the commentary section just to know and, of course, to share with you. And, well, thank you very much, Romy, Nicolas, Magaly. It has been a pleasure knowing more about the traditions in the different countries. Of course, and interesting that Paraguay is like, and maybe because, well, all this kind of influence that we have that always is like cold weather and snowing and everything. So it's completely different in Paraguay that, well, it's more like really hot and it's completely different, that environment. So, well, that's good to know. And thank you, Romy, Nicolas, and Magaly. Please don't leave because, well, now I think so. We have a carol, an amazing carol from our great singer, Romy Martinez.
Yeah, I'm gonna play to you. It's called Navidad del Paraguay. I'm mainly a singer, but I'm going to accompany myself here with the piano. And it mentions, it's good that you mentioned about like how different it is in terms of the snow and in South America, how different it is. So this song mentions the flor de coco, so the flower of the coconut, and this is used in the manger, or like even like close to the table where you will have dinner. So the intention is that the breeze of the summer will the wind will, you know, go through the flor de to the flower of the coconut. It's and then, you know, spread the smell. And so the flor de coco, it's very it's like people say it smells like coconut flower smells like Christmas. And so the song is the coconut flower is mentioned in the song as well. So that's the reason I mention it. So it's very simple and it sounds like this. Navidad de flor de coco, Navidad del Paraguay, ya está el pesebre adornado, el niño en su lecho está, la Virgen vela su sueño de eternidad. Los ángeles cantan glorias, las estrellas brillan más. El jazmín pone su aroma, la luna su claridad. Navidad de flor de coco, Navidad del Paraguay. No te olvides, niño mío, de poner en su lugar los reyes y sus tesoros y la estrella de la paz. No te olvides, niño mío, de poner en su lugar. Y sobre todo, alma mía, pon todo tu corazón. Navidad de flor de coco, Navidad del Paraguay.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Fantastic. Really good, Romy. As always. And I don't know, Nicolas, are you going to play something? Because I can see a lot of instruments around you.
No, but that wasn't part of the plan.
No, I know that it was not part of the plan. I'm just like teasing you.
That's just decoration, by the way. I mean, I'm not even a musician. I just thought about a cool decoration for the show, and I thought of that.
Sure. No, well, it could be. What kind of music did you play?
No, well, I used to have a rock band. That's why I have an electric guitar, and I just bought this year a piano just to learn something during the lockdown. So basically, I've been studying piano, and the Spanish guitar they use during the Colombian novenas. no tardes tanto, Jesús, ven, ven. That's just the song they sing during the novenas in Colombia.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
A short
Wow.
chorus to play, but I mean, I mean, like anyone can sing that during the novenas, so that's part of the celebration.
Well, maybe next time we can prepare another show and you can play something for us, yeah, for the audiences. It could be some rock also, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be fantastic. So, well, thank you very much, Magaly. Thank you very much, Romy, Nicolas. Please stay with us. I know that we are extending a little the show because these shows, they are special shows for you. They are Christmas shows. So it's like, please, we're going to go to, I think so. We have a quick video, Roger, from the Hechicera. Yeah. So let's go. And we'll be back for the contest. Well, the quick quiz. So stay tuned. So Roger, over to you. Well, here you have some ideas. If you are going to celebrate this Christmas, you can prepare some cocktails for yourself, maybe, because, well, I don't know, maybe you are not with anyone, but well, anyway. So let's start with the quiz. And remember, it's going to be very simple, and I'm just going to ask you, in one comment, please put the 4 answers, one answer, comma, the following answer, the second one, the third one, and the fourth one, just in one comment. And before that, I would like to ask the first commentary that I have here, the first comment that I have here in the section, it was from Advijit. I'm going to ask you, Advijit, to give me one letter from A to Z. If you can just post it there and tell me one letter from A to Z, please. And well, let's start with this one, please put it. And now we start with a quiz. So, well, remember that you can win 3 nights in Ermita, Cartagena. You can win a virtual session with Cesar Velasquez. That is, it doesn't matter for these 3 prizes. That is 3 nights in Ermita, Cartagena, virtual session with Cesar Velasquez, our friend that is a barman, and Isabella Catapano, that, well, is the book, No Excuses. These prizes, they are worldwide, so it doesn't matter where are you from, where are you, well, not you from, where are you based, you can win it. And on the other side is like, we're gonna have prizes for Bolivar Bar, that is a dinner for 2 people, 100 pounds voucher for Glenda Cardoso dental or beauty treatment, 3 bronze pins, courtesy of Paola Perez, and one bottle of rum, courtesy of La Hechicera. So let's start with the first question. It's like, where is originally the piñata? Which country is originally the piñata? So remember, don't send the answer, just put the answer there and put a comma, because I'm gonna go to the next question, okay? So just put the answer. It's like, which country is originally the piñata? The second question is, in which month start the Christmas season in Paraguay? Just put the month and just say it like, well, first, the first answer about where the piñata is from. Later on, the month when the Christmas season starts in Paraguay. The third question is, in Colombia, they have the Day of Candles. Which day is that one? And you can put only the number of the day. Yeah, it's like from 1 to 31st, you can put it. Yeah, so that is the third question. Yeah, so remember, where the piñata, the country that is originally the piñata. The second one, which month starts the Christmas season in Paraguay. The third one is like the Day of the Candles in Colombia. When is this celebration taking place? And the fourth question, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be very easy. Don't give me the surname. Just give me, I know people, just give me the name of one of our guests that they were tonight with us. Yeah. Or at least the ones that we have a discussion with them. So there are the four questions. One name of one of today's guests. The other, the Day of the Candles that is celebrated in Colombia. The other one is which month start the Christmas season in Paraguay. And the fourth question is which country is original the piñata. So remember, send me all your commentaries. I'm going to see it. And now, meanwhile, I'm going to introduce our next guest. Our next guest, she's half Italian and half Colombian. She is from, she's born in Manizales, Colombia, and she's an expert in finance and HR. She works and she lives in Italy, in Milan, and she has been working with different kind of companies, including, for example, Ernst & Young, and she has provided a lot of consultancy to them. She recently presented in Milan her latest book, and her latest book is called No Excuses. And this is more about how to overcome all the different obstacles and how to create your own success through specific examples of, for example, famous characters of the history. So like, for example, Frida Kahlo, Leonardo da Vinci, Chanel, etc. So also in free time, she normally reads about different kind of biographies of successful pioneers, practice regular meditation, and attend self-awareness schools. So she is coming here and she's going to tell us a little bit about, she's going to tell us what she's going to talk about. But I would just want to say hello to Isabella Catapano. How are you, Isabella?
Hello to everyone. Thanks very much to invite me to this fantastic show.
Thank you for saying the fantastic part. Yeah. Anyway, so please tell us about you, because I know December is the end of the year. And normally we're putting a lot of excuses and we didn't do a lot of resolutions, or we have a lot of plans, but we don't have money, we don't have time, we don't have X, Y, and Z. So can you tell us a little bit about this part of well-being, how people, they can tackle that kind of excuses?
Okay, thanks very much. As you said, I'm Isabella Catapano. I'm half Italian, half Colombian. I'm living right now in Milan, in Italy. And I have decided to read this book because I've been working as a manager, also with the human resources department. And I've been reading listening a lot of frustration and a lot of people not happy in what they are doing. And I was thinking in what could be possible to change. And at the same time, I really enjoy to read a lot of biographies. And sometimes I was trying to know what was the clue or some words that could change our lives in those with that people telling us this story. And I found out that there is not any clue, any magic word to change. I just noticed that the difference of the people is that they don't use any excuse to give up. I mean, that's why I call the book Not Excuse, because they are not using any excuse to give up. I just wanted to explain that when I'm calling success, it's not success about, it's not that you have to be a musician or a famous person. I'm talking about your own success. Something that you could do by your own. Something that you could do better just for yourself. Just if you want to cook very well or to do something. It's just your own success. In the book, I talk about, for example, as you said, Andrea Agassi, Audrey Hepburn, Coco Chanel, Frida Kahlo, Leonardo da Vinci, which is my idol. And I'm not going to explain all of them because it could take so much, but I just want to talk more or less 3 of them. One is Frida Kahlo, is from Mexico. I think she's one of the most resilient person I ever read in my life. She has, as you know, she had a really complex illnesses when she born. And then at 17 years old, she had a horrible accident. And even though she was continue painting, doing things, she had like hundreds of surgeries. And this is really, really good example to take because Frida Kahlo was really, really incredible. She was also in bed making some exhibitions of her job. She was a really important, even if she was with a really complex illnesses, she did not give up. This is Frida Kahlo, of course, in few words. Then I will tell you something about Leonardo da Vinci. As you know, he has born in Florence in Italy. He's a genius. Of course, we cannot compare Leonardo da Vinci with anyone, but he was illegitimate. I don't know if you say that good word, illegittimo. And he started, let's say, it was not really easy started for him. He had to change so many cities during his life because he was starting so many things, but he was not finished it incredible. He was not finished his work. And so many people were criticizing him because he was not finishing the things. For example, the Mona Lisa, it seems that it was not ended working because he was using the picture just for like to learning and to put some, to study, let's say. And it happens also with the Last Supper, it's similar, the situation. And well, he was like he was an artist, a musician. Also, he was incredible. He was organizing some parties. He was doing a lot of things. And he was created a lion that was throwing away some flowers. And it seems the same robot at that 500 years ago, he has created a robot. And even if he was criticized, he continued, thank God, he continued to make all the studies to understand the world, the movements, everything. He was really, it seems that he has written like 60,000 pages of documents during his life. Well, I'm so happy because I'm living in Milan and he stayed in Milan for more or less 20 years. That's very good. If you visit Milan, it's plenty of things from Leonardo da Vinci, which is very, very good. Then I don't know if because it's a common book, it's Andrea Agassi. He's very good. He didn't like to play tennis. It was the father that was pushing and pushing and pushing him to play. He was also having some nightmares with thinking in the tennis because he was not very happy to play in tennis. But then he had so many failures, so many victories. Also, he had you maybe know that toxic relationship with Brooke Shields, and they at the end they finished it, and thank God he started again to be the person that he is right now. Well, and just this is some of the really, really quickly things about the things of the book, but I just wanted I pointed out 4 or 5 things in my book about what are the best excuses that we use to avoid to do things. The first one, it is point around fingers. I mean, blaming someone else. We are always saying, I cannot do this because my boss is like that. I cannot do that because he's late. I cannot do this because my mother told me whatever. And this is one of the things. The other one is where I call, I don't know if it's called correctly, lack of action, which is like laziness. I mean, we sometimes don't want to do anything. And this is another topic that I explain in the book. The other one is the time. We are always saying that we don't have time. We don't have time to do this. And it was so funny. Maybe it happened also to you when during the lockdown, we had plenty of time at home and we were not doing so many things. I mean, this is the correct example to demonstrate that even with so many times, sometimes we cannot do that much. And the other one is that one that I call someone else's excuses. I put you an example when I arrived to Italy, and my father, he was very good, of course, but he was telling me, no, I'm from Colombia, of course. I came when I was 27 years old, and my father was telling me, you're not going to find a job. It's difficult for you. You're not Italian. You don't know very well the language. I mean, it's the excuses that the other people just maybe to protect us, no? Because they are bad people. But sometimes we have to be careful in what people are saying to us, because sometimes we believe, and maybe we could do we could avoid to do things just because someone else told us something, let's say, bad. Yes, this is more or less the topic of the book. I don't know if Enrique has something to ask me.
Well, actually, it's like
no, I just buy it for Enrique.
I will send it to you, Enrique. Don't worry.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much,
Also
Isabella.
to you, Roger.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Everyone has it.
Don't worry. Maybe you cannot send it to Roger because it's a completely lost case. So well, it's like there's no way.
Yeah.
No, but it's more like it's like if,
yeah. No,
if you
I
can
always
give
put
us
to him.
I think so, Isabella. It could be more like if you can give us just like some kind of advices, or like what kind of advices you can tell us about how to tackle these excuses, or something that it could be in the highlights of your book. But of course, not the core of your book, because the main reason is that, well, people they buy it and they look for it. But yes, it's like I don't know if you can tell us some of these kind of advices.
Well, yes, I think the first thing is something that for example, Leonardo da Vinci has really clear, and also Coco Chanel, they have a real clear vision of what they wanted to do. I mean, for example, Coco Chanel wanted to dress the woman in a very comfortable way, and she has done it. And this is one of the things. The other one is to know our capacities, because sometimes we have limits and we have to understand where are our limits. And for this one, it's important. That's why sometimes it's important also to get a good team, because if you are lacking in some capacities, you can get a friend or a group that they can do the other part. In that part, Cleopatra was very good. She knew it when she had to, let's say, fight against Roman. She knew it that she had a different boats and size or wherever, and she knew their limits, and this is important. The other thing is, of course, be aware of the problem. I mean, but you have to describe very good the problem that you have if you want to get something done. And the other one, I think this is the most important, it is repeat and repeat and repeat things. Create a good habits, and I think Andrea Agassi is perfect in this one. The sports people are very good in that one, repeating and repeating. And I have read that is a theory that says that if you repeat something for 66 days, which is not that bad, even if you jump some days, you could achieve a change in your life. I think this is important. And well, the last thing, I think this is the most important thing, is just to smile, to enjoy, not to be grumpy, and be happy. And I think this is enjoy the process. And I think this is we have to smile.
Even sometimes it could be painful, no? But it's like, okay, well, let's keep going. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, well, that's interesting. And also, well, in order that our audience, they don't have any excuses or no excuses for next year to be a successful person, of course, we're going to have one of this book. And actually, thank you very much for all the people that they were answering questions. It's like all the questions, they were a lot of people. One thing that I have just to clarify, because sometimes for you, it doesn't appear in the same order than for me, because maybe it depends that, well, it's like they are coming from different groups and everything. So maybe when you are watching people that they are watching on their Facebook, they don't have the same order, all the commentaries that as I'm seeing them. However, it's like I can see that, well, it's like a lot of different answers. You have a lot of fans, by the way, Isabella, because, well, I have seen a lot of people from Italy and a lot of people saying like,
they are paid.
Isabella.
I have paid them.
Okay, well, Yeah, well,
No.
well done, because of course they are cheering you up and everything all the time. So that's
I
really
think,
good.
yeah, I don't think it is that's the case, Isabella, because you're Latin American. You went to another culture and you push, and then I can see it. I can feel it in that way you speak. That the strong. You're a strong woman, and then you want to go just forward. And this book is just your experiences and what you learned. So it's amazing.
Italian.
Yeah, I would like to add something too, because as an American, when you said Andre Agassi and as a tennis player, my heart skipped a beat. And I thought that was a really lovely display of someone who had all the odds against him, like hating the sport, having a strained rapport with his dad. And he became one of the top tennis players and persevered. And his book, Open, written in 2009, if anyone, I'm sure after they read your book, they're going to want to read about these people that you're referencing. I highly recommend it as well. And I can't wait to read your book after learning so much about the three people that you mentioned.
Also, if you want successful people, you can add me in your next book.
I was going to do it.
Oh, man.
No, well, before I said, well, I will say who are the winners, because, well, they were a lot of commentary. I have seen that Abhijit put a letter K, so I will tell you, I will let you know why it's the letter K. I would like to say thank you very much to Romy, Magaly, Isabella, and Nicolas for being tonight with us, sharing your expertise, your knowledge, and of course, your passion, and how much you love Latin America and your countries, and of course, the lovely music from Nicolas and also Romy. That has been fantastic. Always is a pleasure listen your voice, Romy. Actually, even we and actually people, I think so they could listen that well. There is a live show, and it's Zoom, so it's not like the best connection or the best audio that we can get. So it's just amazing, your voice. So thank you very much, everyone. It has been a pleasure. Thank you for your support. And so, well, let's go to the, well, I don't know if you want to say something to the audience before we go to the winners.
Well, I would
I'm
like
just
to
creating
say,
a little bit of tension.
thanks to you guys for inviting me, and it's been great to listen and learn from some experiences from Paraguay, for instance, because in Mexico we share many things in Colombia, but in Paraguay it's been like an eye opener to see all those things they do, and the indigenous influence and the summer Christmas, which is a really a particular thing. So I really enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank
Nicolas.
you.
Magali.
Gracias. Thank you.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad.
Romy.
I may add, no, just to say thank you again for having me here again, and yeah, as always, it's a pleasure to share about Paraguay, and what else? I was wanted. So you reminded us for the call to action. So
Yeah.
if you want to listen to my music, also read of my research. I research on music from Paraguay, Argentina, and Brazil in the border regions. So there is music there. You can download scores and everything. So it's RomyMartinez.com. Romy like ROMY, Martinez with a Z.com. It's all there for everyone who feels inclined to know more.
And how do you say like happy holidays or something similar in Guarani, Romy?
I don't.
Sorry, I don't know why. I just came to my mind, and as I know that you, and as I know that you know a lot. Maybe it's not because, and that's the reason why I say something like Happy Holidays or something, because I don't think there's like a particular Merry Christmas or something.
No,
No.
But on that note, I would like to comment something else, if I may.
Yeah.
I think when I was singing, you were showing a video. So this video was made by my friend Juan Ramon Vera. You can look for his name on internet, and he's releasing an album with songs, Christmas songs from Paraguay. And if you want to listen to songs, Christmas songs from Paraguay, which are in Guarani, which is really, really special, you may find that on YouTube as well. And so remember the name? Yeah, That's the video. It's very, very special. And yeah, and then the original one was actually written in German, but there is a translation in Guarani, and the video is so sweet because it shows images from Paraguay. I think it very much illustrates the country and the feeling of Christmas. So,
well, we will share this video. Actually, it's like Roger, I don't know if you can help us also. Just put in the link here in the comment section in order that well people they can enjoy also this video. So thank you very much, Romy. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Isabella.
Well, thanks very much to invite to me. I just said no excuses for 2021. And that's it. Keep reading. That is very important to read.
Excellent. So thank you, Nicolas, Isabella, Magaly, Romy, for being tonight with us and sharing these amazing experiences with us also. Yeah, with all the audience. Thank you. And well, we have the winners. And well, it's like we receive a lot of answers. Some of them interesting. Yeah. Some of them is like, actually, there's one that I have here. Even they put like not a good spelling because Mexico is with X and not with J. So even that it's okay, the answer. And it's a little bit painful for Mexicans that they do that. It's like when they are saying Colombia instead of Colombia for Mexicans when they use a J instead of an X.
I think it's because of the way people say it, like hear it pronounced in Spanish.
I agree. But, but that's the way. That's the only point. But well, anyway, so well, it's like, first, I have these prizes that, well, a bottle of rum from Lechicera. And please just let me know some of the winners if you are not in the UK, because in that way, it's like we have to, well, as I said before, it's like some prices, they are not viable worldwide. However, I think so. Ralph Oliver is living here in the UK. And well, you have won a bottle of rum, Lechicera, courtesy of Lechicera. So congratulations. Also, I have Paula Andrea Callejas, that well, she is the winner of a virtual session with Cesar Velasquez in order to prepare cocktails. I have Angela Noguera, that she's going to have a voucher for London, for Bolivar Bar here in London. So congratulations to Angela. I have Nahida Rahman, that she's going to get the 100 pounds voucher also from Glenda Cardoso for a dental or a beauty treatment. I have Liliana, and it's like that. Lily Anna appears on Facebook. So Lily Anna, that well, she's going to be the winner of No Excuses, this book. So please let us know if you want it in English or in Italian or in Spanish. And also the winner for 3 pins, courtesy of our friends from Paola Perez, Ponte Mosca, is going to be Adriana Sanchez. And the prize for the 3 nights in Ermita, Cartagena, Colombia, is going to be for the first person who answers the correct questions with a name including a K. So it's going to be for Katia Walters, that she's the winner of Ermita Cartagena accommodation. So please, I would like to ask to Ralph Oliver, Paula Andrea Callejas, Angela Noguera, Nahida Raham, Lily Anna, Adriana Sanchez, and Katia Walters. If you can send me a message, please, just telling me, like, please give me your contact details in order that we can check with all these sponsors and we can send you the prices. Please let us know where are you based. In case, for example, for the bottle of rum, I will require, of course, the address, etc. But well, it's like, please just keep in touch with us. Send us a message to the Latin America show. Please send us a quick message and we will contact you in order to have more details depending the prize that you have win. Also, Katia Walters, congratulations! So well done. You will receive this amazing prize. In order to, well, it's like you can just enjoy Colombia. And remember, don't feel disappointed if you haven't won anything this time, because the following 2 shows we're gonna have also amazing prizes. So if you have seen the different events that we have on Facebook, you have seen that, well, next week we're going to talk about New Year, how we celebrate New Year, and it's going to be more in a party mood, all the show that we're going to have. And the following one, as you have listened a little bit of the Wiseman, we're going to talk about them and the tradition. So don't miss the show. Also, we have more accommodation in Argentina, and also we have accommodation in Los Cabos, Mexico. So there are a lot of opportunities. Also, we have Wellbeing, we have another book, we have another bottle of rum in the following shows. And I don't know, I have thousands of prizes here that, well, it's like I cannot remember all of them, but all of them, they are listed there. And I would like to say thank you very much to all the sponsors that tonight they made possible. Of course, Avianca for all the support, Ermita Cartagena, Cesar Velasquez, Isabella Catapano, Bolivar Bar here in London, Glenda Cardoso, Paola Perez and Ponte Mosca, that is jewelry from Colombia, and also La Hechicera. So thank you very much for all of you. So, well, it's time to go, Roger Alarcon.
Well, it's been amazing. I love everyone. And it's an open eye now, which what happened in Paraguay, what happened in Colombia, and what happened in Mexico, we know that. But for the rest of the people, it's like a learning thing, and I love it. Thank you very much for all the guests, and keep in tune, because the next program, you're going to have more prizes.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Roger. On the other side, Whitney Nuchereno.
Thank you everyone for joining us for our super long show. But it was really interesting to learn about all these topics, and I've learned a lot about different Christmas traditions. So I hope you did too. Shameless moment right here, but I'm gonna throw in my YouTube channel for Making Spanish Simple. I've uploaded 5 or 6 new videos in the last few days, so please subscribe, and it's for all levels, and I'll be adding more. So I'll throw that in the comments, and more Making Spanish Simple segments, hopefully in the new year.
Thank you very much, Whitney. And well, of course, on behalf of all the Latin America show team, all the people that they are behind the scenes behind that you cannot see, like Yvonne Velasquez, Liliana Becerra, Evelyn Franks, Jaskin, Ariadna Sobreira, our friend Adrian Garcia, all the supporters, all the sponsors, thank you very much. Have a Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad everywhere you are. And of course, keep safe. And remember, the Latin America show is every Tuesday, 8 p.m. London time. My name is Enrique Jalista. It's a pleasure to be here tonight with all of you. Well, to be here tonight with all of you. So have a Merry Christmas and see you next Tuesday. So see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.